Hot Wheel in the desert. It's probably actually where that wall is now, where they built the house.
That'd be such a creepy. Was it still in the package?
No.
Oh, that's not worthless.
We took everything out of the packages. If you don't remember, we put them all in our pockets because that's how we're dealing with this. And so I just remember burying it back there like, she'll never find it. That's how freaking messed up I was because I didn't want to get beaten for stealing.
Well, our ass whoopings were pretty.
Mommy dearest.
They were pretty, as you would say, entertainment, WWF style. You know, they were. They were good. They were good beatings.
I'll tell you that.
There was weapons involved. There was sticks, belts.
I'll tell you the ass whooping of a lifetime. 13 years old. Actually, 14 years old. We're going to have another fight in the studio. 14 years old. I'm in a motorhome with this other kid. We're at a dog show.
Yeah.
I'm doing Mad Libs. I write a really nasty Mad Lib. Like totally dirty. And it's about this girl that I was going out with. And so I sent it out with this kid. I'm like, go give it to her. And he goes and gives it to her. And he comes. So nothing happened. I'm sitting in there and I'm laughing. And all of a sudden I'm looking at my friend. And I feel sharp pain on the top of my head from someone pulling my hair right out of the top of my head.
Yeah.
Pulls me, throws me to the side, and just starts beating the fuck out of me. I mean, smacking me, kicking me, throwing me back and forth to where the description from people outside said the motorhome was shaking. And all you could hear was screaming and there's motorhomes. I'm getting thrown around, slap, punch. The kid I was with ran. Like he ran for his life.
A lot of our friends ran when our mom
and
got
so,
mad. They were like,
so
get the fuck out of here.
So then I'm getting beaten up. And I remember I'm thinking, oh, man, my mom found that. She found that dirty note, and she's beating my ass for that. And then as she throws me against the wall, she's like, you are supposed to be outside. They're calling your number for the dog show. And all I'm thinking to myself is, what? So I had long hair. So my hair is all fucked up. My face is all red from being slapped around. I'm walking out, and I'm trying to get my dog, and I hear someone from a distance. If anybody knows what a dog show is, they call your armband number. You wear like a number on your arm. That's how they know who's next. All I hear is number 46, 46. And I'm like trying to put my dog on the collar, and I hear 46. I go, skip me. Like all crying. My hair. I just got beat the fuck out of. Everybody witnessed it. And the dumb ring lady's like,
raped with
46.
beatings.
46. Like, I'm going to come out now and be like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Just got beat up at a motorhome by my mother.
Yeah, she was.
And you know what? Nobody called. Nobody called. Anybody. Nobody called CPS. Nothing. Just let it go.
Matter of fact, people gave her pointers later. So there was that.
she had a heavy bag outside that she worked on.
So
with our pictures on it.
She was. It was good. You speak of that beating. I remember that time when I got kicked off the bus for flipping the bus driver off. Remember that? Mm-hmm. So I walked home every day.
Yeah, but you gotta tell the story of what led up to this whole.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. So I was grounded 99% of my life, and like we told you guys about the backyard story. So I had to play with my friends through the chain link fence. So we're throwing rocks at each other like we normally do with dumb shit. And I was on a fence where I couldn't see through. So my brother and his
probably
friends,
was about 50 yards away.
They're throwing rocks at me, and I'm throwing rocks at them, and I'm pretending like they're hitting me, and I'm getting hurt. And I'm going, ow, ooh. And they're laughing, ha, 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 laughing. So I throw a rock, and all the laughter stops. And I hear someone screaming, and my little brother comes running over, and his teeth are knocked out.
No. Knocked out my two front teeth, but didn't knock them out. Knocked out like a Tom and Jerry hole through them. Just completely knocked out, like made it look like two fangs.
Yeah, it's a nice little triangle. Pop! So right away, I'm like, my body goes into flight or fight mode. And since I couldn't run away, it was not flight or fight. It was flight and lie.
Yeah. No, it was hurry up and make up an alibi.
Oh, yeah. So we went down. I had to, like, calm him down, make him lie. and saying, okay, you fell off the swings and you landed on the tin can that has cementer on it, which is another story we should talk about, the swing set. That was fucking dumb as hell.
Nope.
Oh, puppy's eating cat shit.
Hold on. Wonder why dogs eat cat shit. Does it taste like chocolate, puppy? Does it taste like chocolate?
Chocolate? Does it taste like beef? Chicken? Gross. Oh, that's it. Now you can't play with your dog anymore. No, now she's
kissing Reggie
now she's
on the
French
face.
and Reggie with her tongue. They're like making out over, like it's some sick fantasy that Reggie has. Dogs eating poop and then making out with him. Reggie's a dog, by the way, just in case you thought he was another. Dude, they wrecked that microphone. Oh, she almost did.
She almost bit it off. All right, beat it, puppy.
So we go and we knocked it. Not Jamie's tooth is or Jamie's
Whatever.
tooth is
Who
knocked
cares?
out.
We screwed up so many times.
I know. So his tooth is knocked out. Goes in the house, tells the parents, and that's about it.
No, I told him the story you told me to.
Yeah, that's right. But that was about it. There was no beatings commenced. Nothing happened. JC had to live with the busted tooth.
But
So fuckhead goes to school and tells his teacher the truth.
it was a Christian school. I didn't want to lie and go to hell.
Yeah, tells the school the truth.
I was in second grade.
And the teacher, I don't know, asked you, does your mom know about this?
No,
And you
No,
said
no. She said nothing. She just called out of nowhere just to reassure that I know that my teeth are knocked out. Like my mom wouldn't fucking see my face when I get up in the morning.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing because the teacher tells our mother, and so I'm walking, and I see the big van coming down the dirt road. And we had a dirt road full of a bunch of dips, and our van had these giant CB antennas on it.
It looked like the A-Team van.
Yeah, you would see dirt, like a cloud of dirt, and then the van would come over the hill, like in a serial killer movie, and then the van would disappear, and then you see the antennas, and we're like, fuck, they're coming. So, yeah, it was pretty creepy. And she's hauling ass, and so my little heart's just pounding out of my chest because she's driving faster than normal. So, oh, shit. Pulls up, get in the van. I know what you did. You tell me right now the truth. Well, I figured I got in trouble for flipping the bus driver off. So I told that story. So I got a double ass whooping because she said, oh, well, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about when you knocked your brother's teeth out with the rock. So that was awesome. We got a double ass whooping by a confession, and because some rat teacher, and because dipshit over here told his teacher what happened.
I went to a Christian school. I didn't want to go to hell.
Yeah.
Here's something funny.
So that was beautiful because, we had to deal with the wrath of, it was ass whooping grounding time. I was grounded for, like I said, about 99% of my life living at home.
I remember you used to run away. Or you were not allowed to. You were banned from going to school. You were suspended, and you would hide all the paperwork so they didn't know.
Yeah.
And then you would go sit in the ditch somewhere down the street and live in the little drainage ditch.
Yeah, for a week. I got suspended from school for a week. I had my sister or my brother, somebody pretend like they were mom or dad, to talk to them on the phone. And I pretended like I went to school every day. I slept, put a little bed, a little fort kind of thing underneath the tree, and I got a job. I worked on a lady's yard doing landscaping. And the funny part was...
she never asked why you weren't in school?
No. So I probably made up some bullshit. That was pretty good. I was a pretty damn good liar back then. When you had a mom like ours that would whoop your ass for not taking the trash out or just little things, you knew how to lie. Knew how to lie fast. And, you were quick. On your toes, man. Your lying skills were pimp. So I would hear a car coming down the road, and I had enough time to hide. So when I heard a car coming, I can tell the difference between a big car and a little car because it's a dirt road. If I heard it sound like a big vehicle, I would hide in the bushes. And it was only a couple times my mom drove by this house that I was working on because it was on the road by where we lived. So I don't know if they ever knew about that. Did they?
I don't think so.
No.
Look at your life skills you obtained.
Oh, yeah. I was like a little Rambo survivor. But I pretended like I went to school for a whole week. It was awesome.
It was a week? I didn't know it was a week.
Yeah, it was a full week.
Shit.
Got a job and everything. I was an entrepreneur back then. Resourceful.
Entrepreneur.
It was nice. But yeah. So that was pretty much it for that episode of getting suspended from school. But I was suspended more than once.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were the king of suspensions.
Yes. I got in trouble a lot. One time I ditched school to get in a fight. You don't know about that, do you? Nope. So
how many times you get in a fight? I mean, there's so many times you got in a fight. So it's not like it's the only time.
This is crazy. How much time we got left?
We got about 10 minutes.
Okay, so there was this kid at school, and it was a small town, so if you went to elementary school, pretty much you went to middle school, to high school, you knew everybody. There was this one kid at school, and he had cerebral palsy, something to do with his bones. So as he got older, he got better. So he decided to be the opposite of disabled. He decided to be a total asshole. So he tried to lift weights, and he tried to get strong, and he'd pick fights with people all the time. And no one would fight him because he was disabled. So I remember I was like one of the little guys in school, and we got in a fight, and this is the best. We started fighting in the hallway between shop classes, between automotive and shop. And the big kids grabbed us and were like pulling us apart and shoving us around and going, dude, quit doing this shit. You're going to get us all in trouble. And they're like, if you guys are going to fight, you need to fight after school. And the kid's like, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to punch your face. And he's all talking to shit. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to fight you. You're handicapped. and he kept saying, oh, fuck you. I'm going to beat your ass. And this became huge. That the big kids were making fun because I was a little dude and this guy was handicapped. So it was a joke to everybody. So they were coming up to us going, all right, dude, punch my hand. And then we'd punch your hand and go, oh, dude, he punches way harder.
What grade were you?
Freshman.
Oh.
And they're like, dude, punch my hand. He punches way harder than you. He said, they're like talking about it. And I remember people were like, dude, you guys are going to fight. And we're like, yeah, we're going to fight tomorrow after school by the bleachers. And that shit really did happen back then. You did fight by the bleachers. So me and my buddy ditched school and to prepare for this fight.
How do you prepare for a fight?
I don't know. It was such a big deal, dude. I don't know
Did you go to the AM/PM and get like a Slurpee?
There was no AM/PMs back then. It was the Circle K or 7-Eleven. That's all you had. It was dirt roads. It was just a little fucking shit. So I come up on my bicycle, and we get there, and it's after school, and there's probably 100 kids to witness me and this other dude fight. So we start laying down rules. Okay, no wrestling. And no pulling hair and all this stuff.
This is like the Cheers episode with Norm and
the
mailman when they were like, no punching in the back because I got a back problem.
Yeah. So we start fighting. And this is awesome. Fight starts. We start wrestling. And we're like, no wrestling. We pull us apart. So all the seniors were around. The big kids were around laughing and making fun of this because we were like little dudes. I'm not kidding. Remember how little I was? I was like 120 pounds in the freshman. I was little. So they're all making fun of this shit. And
this was during school?
This is after school. So I punched him. And then so because he was handicapped and he had some sort of bone disorder or whatever it was, when he punched me in the face, he broke his arm.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes, he
covered you up with your jacket and started punching you.
That's right, he did. I was a cheater.
Yeah,
he pulled your jacket.
He did a little hockey maneuver and pulled your jacket over you.
Yes. So I go home, and when I got on my bike to ride home, my tire was flat, and that sucked because it was like 5 miles from school. I go home, and I'm a little sore. Dad comes home. Mom's not in town, I don't think. And he's asked what happened. I tell him I got in a fight. And he's like, did you win? And I'm like, yeah. And that was pretty much the end of the conversation until